So there's there's a lot of different powder chemistries. I would say the three main ones are going to be an epoxy, a urethane, and then a polyester. Um, and then polyester TGIC. So technically, a lot of people would call it a polyester TGIC free, and then polyester TGIC. Um, and that just has to do with that TGIC is an abbreviation for some sort of chemical. Um, and in Europe, they like TGIC free. Both those are pretty similar. Epoxies are really good for chemical resistance, bad in UV. So epoxies are great for inside, but they're not very good for outside because once the sun gets on them, the UV starts breaking them down and they will chalk and fade. So if you use an epoxy outside, within could be even a couple weeks, you're going to start to see significant color and gloss fading. A urethane, those lay really smooth. They have pretty decent chemical resistance. Honestly, it's kind of an uncommon powder. I mean, there are some that are urethanes, but it's not super common. Um, Mainly when it's looking for a really smooth finish, you use a urethane. Polyester, that's like the workhorse of all powder coating. So um, you can use that interior, exterior. The main differences with the polyesters, there's usually two different grades that you can get. You can just get a regular polyester, or you can get a super durable. So a regular polyester will hold up outside, but after about a year, usually you're going to start seeing some color fading and some gloss loss. A super durable polyester usually will hold up outside for 5 years, so 5 years color and gloss. It's not necessarily like after a year a regular polyester is just going to totally fail and like fall off, but it mostly has to do with the color and gloss retention. Is what I'm talking about. And then there's, I guess, another powder. So the four that we should highlight is epoxy, urethane, polyester, and then hybrid. So a hybrid is a polyester, typically a polyester epoxy mix. Those are going to be used inside because there's an epoxy in them. And usually that's used for a lot of shelving and light fixtures, office furniture. It's a pretty good combination from the standpoint of the epoxy gives a good chemical resistance, so it really holds up well against all types of cleaners. But then the polyester helps keep the cost reasonable, and you get some of the other benefits from a polyester. So usually an epoxy is really hard and can sometimes be brittle, where a polyester is a little more flexible. So that hybrid of an epoxy polyester works really good for interior applications.